You are a human. I'm gonna need you to stop doing what you're doing and listen to this. Because chances are what I'm about to explain to you is going to happen to every single one of us at least one point in our lives, okay? Now, I have been trying to get rid of a very stubborn UTI for the last, like, I don't know, like 4 months, okay? I've been prescribed my 3rd round of antibiotics. I have literally asked every single doctor, is there a way that I can prevent this? Like, how do I get to the core of this? And is there any remedies that will either stop it from happening or clear it without harsh drugs, okay? And every single time I got a flat out no. Apparently there's absolutely no way to clear a UTI without antibiotics. So I was like, period, I'm just gonna have to do what they tell me to do. I have spent $1,000 trying to get rid of a UTI. And after sharing this information on the internet and getting a lot of replies on it, and also after doing my own thorough research, okay? Let me give you some facts on this bad boy. I've been taking this the last few weeks, and it has just about cleared all of my symptoms. And there's a scientific reason for it. D-mannose is actually one of the most promising natural remedies for UTIs, especially when it comes to prevention and early treatment. If your UTI is caused by something called E. coli, which is the bacteria behind 80 to 90% of UTIs, it will basically kick that shit to the go. Now, D-mannose is a type of natural sugar that sticks to E. coli bacteria in your urinary tract. It basically blocks them from attaching to your bladder walls so they get flushed out when you pee. A 2014 clinical trial found D-mannose was just as effective as antibiotics at preventing recurrent UTIs and with way fewer side effects. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm your typical case. However, I've been at the point of debilitation and it has basically cleared it. Now, I will say it has come back. Okay, it has come back, but I haven't really been consistent at taking it, which is why I went back to the doctors, because I'm like, bruh, is there something more sinister going on? Is there something more sinister? I need to know. But it has given me immense relief in the fact that no one has told me about this when I've specifically asked, like, why? Well, let me tell you why. Now, I'm not gonna lie, okay? But I did ask Chat Jeeves. Here's what she said. Doctors are trained in a system built on medicine, and most of the research is funded by large pharmaceutical companies. These companies invest millions into clinical trials to get their hugs approved. So naturally, that's what doctors are taught. That's what's in their guidelines, and that's what they feel safest recommending. Now, natural remedies like D-mannose, however you say it, they rarely get the kind of financial backing or large-scale studies because there's no big money in it. You can't patent, which I believe means you can't own a sugar found in a fruit the way you can patent a lab-made drug. So the pharmaceutical companies don't benefit, and that's why they don't promote it. Now, even when doctors believe in natural options, they're often hesitant to recommend them because there's fear of being sued if something goes wrong. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's close this. So why aren't doctors recommending D-mannose? Okay? Because it's not in their textbooks, not pushed by billion-dollar companies, and not part of the system they were trained in. Not because it doesn't work. It works, babes. For most uncomplicated UTIs, let me just disclaimer that. However, I am not going to take it personally that I stared these mother effers right in the eye and I said, hey, is there anything on these shelves that will help me clear out my UTI? No, they said no. They said Urol will mask the symptoms, however, without antibiotics, impossible to clear. Literally, I was told it's impossible to clear. So anyways, I've just been prescribed my 3rd round of antibiotics. I'm not taking them. I am getting a culture done on my urine though to check if it's something more sinister. But anyways, if this can help you guys today, yay. Obviously, this is not sponsored, but this plus this, lifesaver. Love you.